I really like almost all of it. I have come to realize the hard way over the years that life is short, and if you don't take joy in almost everything that you do, it's really a drag. And so I've worked really hard on myself over the years to just appreciate pretty much everything. So, you know, if you're going to go to a meeting, make it a really great, you could put in 6 swear words, I won't use meeting. You know, if you're going to work with a new busboy, make it fun and make it rewarding for him or her. You know, if you're going to do marketing and get into it. I mean, and life is short. And so if you want to see the problems and everything, they're there. You know, I think the challenge is to see what can be improved while still being appreciative and having fun. And that it's not that easy internally, at least for me, to do, because I was like raised in one of those, you know, high achieving, super critical families where they're excellent at pointing out everything wrong. But the problem is most of the world doesn't really like that, and most people don't like that in the workplace. And it's just more rewarding to go after it. So, you know, for me, it's mostly little things. I don't really care about the big stuff. I care much more about, like, you know, I just wrote an essay. I'm writing an essay about energy in the workplace. So it's a very interesting idea, which in hindsight was really clear to me, but I really had never thought about it. So there's a woman whose name is Anise Kavanaugh. She's got a website you could look at. It's called leadingwithbootson.com. Anyway, so I got to know her at one of the Inc. conferences, and, you know, we've become close. You know, we talk a lot anyway. So I don't know, early on when I got to know her, she was like talking about the work that she does, and she does a lot of work with people around managing their energy in leadership. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, you know, the energy that you bring to the room. And I'm like, you know, of course, in hindsight, it's totally obvious. You know, Paul and I, of course, bring good energy all the time. And of course, that infuses, or not all the time, but most of the time. And of course, that is infused into the organization, and people pick up on it. And, you know, but for me, it was like this, what we call belated glimpse of the obvious, because I just never thought about managing that energy. And then more importantly, I never thought about training the people who work for us to manage it, because Paul and I, or whoever, are what I would call unconsciously competent. We just do it. You know, we don't like think about it. And then when I started listening to what she had said, it was like, the more I would look around, because she's like, oh yeah, just look around, just watch people's energy. And like, lo and behold, of course, there was stuff bugging me about certain people's performance, but I could never put my finger on it. And then I start realizing they're like walking through the, you know. No, and it's like, who wants to be near that person? Now, it's not a conscious thing, and it doesn't show up on your performance review now. It hasn't, but it should. And so, no, because it's like people like positive energy.